Hey guys, Luke Sawyer, Shepherd Police Department here at Gold Star Outdoors in Edmore with my buddy Chris Klingenpeel. Chris is the firearms manager here. Today we're talking about selling guns person to person. So if I, as an individual citizen, want to sell a gun to my buddy Chris, what needs to be done? There's a lot of confusion about that, and it's actually a very, very simple process. So Chris, here's a lever action long gun. Let's say, for example, I own this gun and you take a liking to it. And so I'm going to sell this long gun to you. What do we have to do to make this transaction legal?
Legally, you cannot sell it to somebody that you know is a felon.
Okay.
There is no burden of proof placed on you or that other person.
Okay.
Outside of that, there's no legal requirements. You can hand this to me and I can give you a $100 bill and it's now mine.
So that it's that simple?
Yes. There's no registration or anything for long guns in the state of Michigan. Or federally, so this isn't in your name or anything like that. You don't have to go to a dealer to get this removed from you and put into somebody else's name. You can sell this to whoever you like at any time.
And I think that's a common misconception that people have. They believe that it's registered somewhere.
Absolutely. And
so they sell a long gun to somebody and they think, well, it's still in my name.
Yep, a lot of people think that it's
actually never in your name, correct? It's
yeah.
I mean,
there's no registration for long guns whatsoever.
Okay, so all I need to do is make sure the person I'm selling it to is a legit person. They're not a convicted felon. And
I always recommend typing up a simple bill of sale and having each of you guys sign it.
Which makes it better.
Kind of protects you a little bit if the person, you know, is not truthful to you, or if say the gun was found at a crime scene somewhere and it had your fingerprints on it or something of that nature. You could at least say, I have this record saying that I sold it on this day. Yeah, it's not legally required, but it's a good practice to get into. It's
all about common sense, guys. I mean, there's just, you know, if you use common sense, you're going to be fine. So, okay, let's go to a handgun. So obviously, you know, this handgun, I probably would never sell this, but let's just say I'm selling it to my buddy Chris. And so what do I have to do? I mean, I know it's not the same as the long gun. There's something different I have to do. So walk us through that process. And again, this is me, individual citizen, selling it to Chris, my buddy, individual citizen.
So handguns are registered in the state of Michigan.
Okay.
So the state has a registration record of all of the handguns that are purchased and all of the handguns that are currently in the state. So if you purchase this gun, regardless if you purchased it from a dealer or from a private individual, you will have registered it with the state. So you will have to fill out another one of those forms to remove the handgun from your name
because
replace it.
Because in Lansing, this handgun now is in my name.
Right. This handgun belongs to Luke Sawyer.
Yep.
And it's now going to belong to me. So if you have a CPL, or if the person who is purchasing the handgun from you has a CPL, they can use a standard RI-60, and you can print this off the state police website. There's nothing special about it.
If you even type into Google, Michigan Pistol Sales Record,
it'll
bring up a PDF and you can print it right off.
This is only legal if the person who is purchasing the gun, private party, has a concealed pistol license. Okay. If that person does not have a concealed pistol license, they need to go to their local sheriff's department or the state police and get a purchase permit to buy a handgun from a private individual.
Okay, now that's very important because we don't want anybody to make a poor decision because they weren't informed. So if you have a CPL, you can go online, print out this form, and complete the transaction. If you do not have a CPL, and again, a CPL is a concealed pistol license. Some people call it a CCW, concealed weapons permit. If you don't have one of those, you need to go to your local sheriff's department and get the actual form from them to fill out. So then, once we have this form, is it like before? Obviously, there's a copy that I would keep as the.
So you would be, in this case, you would be the seller. So you're going to keep this copy here. I'm the purchaser, and I'm going to keep this copy.
Okay.
And then this is the registry copy.
Okay.
This registry copy will go to the state police.
Okay.
You can turn it into some local departments. You can turn it into your sheriff's department. You can physically deliver it there, or you can mail it. It just has to either be postmarked or delivered within 10 days.
And obviously that's common sense too, guys. I mean, it's 10 days, so don't sit around with it for, 2 weeks and then, it's shoved in your glove box someplace. I always tell people, get it postmarked right away. That way you don't forget about it.
Yeah, and then the purchaser, which would be me in this case, has to retain this purchaser copy for at least 30 days. That gives the state time to get it in the computer, pull it out of Luke's name, transfer it into my name, and then now I'm the rightful possessor of this firearm.
And I think it's probably important that you keep copies of this record. I know it only needs to be in your possession for 30 days, but from a law enforcement standpoint, we get firearms that are stolen all the time, and if we can get serial numbers, models, makes, that kind of stuff right away, it helps us be able to put those out to other departments to start looking for those. And you'd be surprised at the number of pistol owners who have no idea what kind of guns they have, what model they are, what the serial number is. So this is just a good thing to keep. A lot of people just keep it in their little gun case that they have, at home. But I think it's a pretty simple concept.
Yeah, it's a very easy procedure.
It's not too difficult, and I think maybe people make it a little bit more difficult, or maybe it's just not the knowledge. So that's why we're doing this. Hit us up on Facebook, Shepherd Police Department, if you haven't already. Make sure you like us. We're always doing stuff like this. We want to keep you guys informed so that you guys can make the best and safe decisions. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem.